Hey!
Hi.
So, we've been telling people that we're going to make a video on relationships. The reason for it is because everybody keeps labeling us as their goal for a relationship, which is good, which is great. But some things that some people need to understand in a marriage or in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, it all takes work.
Yep.
Now, the reason why it makes us so special is because me and my wife here, we were headed towards a divorce. We were nearly divorced. Papers were filed. I couldn't see my son. I couldn't see my wife. She wasn't talking to me.
For 3 whole months.
And some people are like, well, I've dealt with it a whole lot longer. Exactly. What we're getting at is we've learned some things, and those things that we've learned has made our marriage a whole lot stronger. And what we're trying to do is share those with you.
Yeah.
So, first thing, for a man, your responsibility to your wife is to love her. Okay, loving her. Man, come on, guys. We understand things differently than women do. Okay, for us to love, we don't understand that need. Now, as a man, there's more to it than just, well, I provided financially. No, you've got to provide an emotional. You got to provide emotionally to her. You got to provide physically to her. You've got to provide mentally to her, not just financially.
Yeah.
There's other things that it takes for a woman to flourish in a marriage. And it takes you as a man to provide to her emotional needs, to her physical needs, to her financial needs. You gotta be a man that can protect. All these things go into a healthy marriage, and it takes work, so much work.
Yeah. For a woman being able to take care of her husband, a husband wants to be respected more than anything. When it comes to physical needs, because it's the same as with us as females, we have physical, mental, and emotional needs, and so does he. Like for physical needs, I mean, the biggest one, I mean, they have sexual desire and need, and if you're not giving it to them, they're gonna go somewhere to find it.
And the same thing with men. Okay, there are some men who have a high sex drive, and there are some men who have a low sex drive. Okay, but we need to be aware that our partner has physical needs, and the same thing goes with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
There are some women who have a high sex drive, and there are some women who have a low sex drive. But you need to be conscious of your partner.
Something else that I've learned over time is, for instance, my husband really likes dinner to be ready when he's home, and if he's not there at the time that dinner's prepared, that's fine. I put it into the microwave. But him knowing that I took time to think about him, that makes him feel special.
I'm glad you brought that up, honey. Thinking about the other person is so vitally important. Look, you like to be thought about as a man. I'm talking to the men. You like to be thought about. So does your wife. Are you thinking about it? Are you sending her flowers? Are you getting her bath bombs? There are a lot of women out there who like baths. My wife likes baths. Hey, it's cheap, dude. I buy a tub of bath bombs. She has 7 of them. It works because it's that little thought. You know, there are sometimes I irritate her. And I think about her. I'm like, hey, just go take a bath. You got a bath bomb. And I win.
The other thing that I've learned over time when it comes to emotional needs, my husband loves to be listened to just like every other man. And it might be something that I might not understand completely, but having a listening ear is so important. Not just saying, yeah, but actively listening to what's going on. And there are times that I actually stop and try to learn something about what he's talking about so that I can be a support to him, because it matters. He loves to be heard and understood. It makes him feel respected. It makes him feel that I love him. And I love my husband, and I want to make him feel that I do.
So, and there are men who desire the same exact thing from a woman. Well, there are women out there who desire the same exact thing. So men, are you returning? Are you returning? And there's guys out there like, well, she's not doing for me like she ought to. Well, you know what? It starts with you. Okay? And if the woman's like, well, he needs to be, guess what, woman? It starts with you, lady, however, girl, whatever the case may be. It starts with you. It doesn't start with the other person. You have got to change. Well, I don't want to take the first step because he or she's not going to. Well, somebody's got to take the first step. And you can't sit there and keep track. Well, I've done this many good things for her and she hasn't done any good thing for me. You can't not keep record. One person can't be outdoing the other. You can't keep track. That's not what helps a healthy relationship if one person is keeping track.
Yeah. For instance, before we separated, I used to make a statement of saying, are you putting another tool in your tool belt? And that's one thing that I had to learn. That's something he had to learn, of not keeping track, not keeping score about things that I did wrong, that he did wrong, and bringing it up later. Like I've heard of women who keep a diary and put down things in there that are negative, and I won't do that because I don't want to remember. I don't want to dwell on the things that have hurt me. I would rather dwell on the things that have made me smile.
And you know, I'm glad you brought that up, honey. That is a great thing. Don't bring it up. Are you forgiving each other? That's another thing that helps a healthy relationship is forgiveness. Do you forgive each other? Do you honestly really? And you're going to sit there, well, it's hard for me to forgive. Hey, I've been there. I have been there. I've been through it. I know what you're experiencing. Forgiveness is hard. It takes a daily commitment. I will daily commit that that person hurt me. She hurt me deeply. Your spouse is going to hurt you severely. But learning to forgive, to look at her and say, look, it's a new day. I forgive you. And you know what? That takes you saying that verbally to her. That takes you mentally thinking about that, about her, thinking positively about her. Hey, guess what? You're going to hurt her. She's going to hurt you. But you got to forgive each other. You got to, I'm not saying forget. You're never going to forget. And guess what? She might do the same thing again. Or he might do the same thing again. But you got to forgive and say, okay, I got to give this person another chance. But they keep doing the same thing. Yeah, I know. I've been there. I understand that. And it goes both ways for a man or a woman. But we've got to forgive our spouse or the person that we're in a relationship with.
And when you learn to forgive, you can learn to love more. Because each of us can grow more when we forgive the other person's faults and failures. To know that you're safe, emotionally safe with that person to learn and get past things that you make mistakes in is so very important. One other thing that I've learned is to be able to...
Hold on. It's not just what she's learned either. Man, you have got to get off your carcass, your rear end, and learn things for yourself. Okay? You got to bring something to the table, just like your woman is. Mm-hmm. If she's out there learning about how to make the relationship better, you need to do the same thing too. And same thing. If the man's out there learning, sorry, women, you got to do the same thing, ladies.
Yep.
You got to do the same thing. A healthy relationship takes work.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because it takes more than just the hard work of learning to forgive each other. But this right here is my lifelong boyfriend. He will always be my boyfriend and my husband. And I want to make him feel special. And so I like to take the time to make sure that I dress up just like I did when I was dating him. That I go out and I find new clothes that make me look pretty and make me feel confident in what I'm wearing. Because when he comes home from work, the first thing I want him to think is, wow, I'm special.
That's right.
Because I'm special.
That's my girl. That's my girl. And listen, guys. You need to give her money. Don't give her like $20. Oh yeah, go buy yourself a shirt. No, dude, come on. Break out the bank, dude. Go give her money. If you can financially afford it, break out some money. Give to her. Go tell her, hey, go buy yourself a new dress. Go buy yourself a new outfit. You want to see her dressed up? Give her some money. Yeah. You know, and this thing about, oh, it's her money, it's his money. No, y'all need to share that.
You want to be unified.
That's the biggest thing. A house divided will not stand. So if you're financially divided, you ain't gonna make it financially.
No.
Because it's always gonna be, well, how come you don't have money to pay for it? Well, what about you? You got some money in your pocket. Don't do that. Share it. You gotta share love. You need to share your finances. These things, everything that we're talking about is what makes a healthy relationship. You want that couple goals? This is how you get it. You do the same thing that we're doing, you're going to have a strong relationship.
And last but not least, make sure you take time for special little moments together that you can share. Date nights are important. Little things inside of his work van make him smile more than anything. Leaving pictures and notes. The little moments matter.
And you know what, man? The same thing. Send her flowers. Give her a shopping gift card. Get her bath bombs. These little things matter. I'll tell you something right now. Me and her just had a pretty... Things, it didn't go well today for us at all. We went to have an excursion as a family. It didn't work out. Okay. Who's to blame for not getting up on time? I don't know. Could be her, could be me. Who's to blame for somebody losing valuables out on the excursion? In life, you will come to realize, is it really worth it anymore? Is it really worth it? You know, the biggest thing is, pick your battles. It took me years to learn that one. And that's the thing. Don't give up. It takes time to learn things. Don't give up. Don't give up on each other. Don't give up on the other person. And don't give up on yourself. You can do it. Yeah. You can have a great and healthy marriage. You can. Stick with us. Stick with us. Some of you found us on TikTok. Stick with us. And if you didn't find us on TikTok, go to TikTok. We're comedians. We're comical, dude. We'll get your gut rolling and laughing. YouTube, we're going to be using YouTube for longer videos like this. And we're going to have longer comedic videos. And listen, share it with someone, because there's someone in your life who who can gain from this. Yeah. Hey, we love you. We appreciate all that you do for us. Like the video, subscribe, share it. You know all the things that's got to happen that goes into this. Yeah. Okay? We love you. We care about you. That's why we're making these videos.
Make sure you leave comments, because we'll read them.
I read them. Trust me. You see me up on there on TikTok. I read them. I go through them. I do my best at commenting. Okay? I'm going to see it. I'm going to read it. So we appreciate you guys.
Bye.